You know, I don't get the whole fake boob thing.
What do you get about it?
Well, I mean, I like to have my boobs with a little bit of mileage on them. You know, I want to stretch Armstrong and just be able to get in there and like bip boppity boop.
Yeah, but what about the known correlation between floppy boobs and large mouth vaginas?
Well, enlighten me.
Well, you know, you look down there and it's like Billy Big Mouth Vagina, you know, home on the range, where the big mouth vaginas feel strange, where nothing is good and you can't fit your what?
You should probably keep it down before they hear us.
I don't think they can hear a thing. But I don't know. You may have to take advantage of our hall pass. See what I did there?
I did.
Trying to come up with some creative ways to inject the name of the movie on our intro somehow.
One take, everyone.
That was
one take.
One take wonder. That's what we got the award for. That one award that we won for our award-winning podcast.
In credits.
Yeah. And scene.
Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis. You can't get much better than that. All right, watch the movie.
You know, I don't know what took me so long to watch this movie.
Neither do I.
I've known about it for years.
And
years
probably
and years.
most of America.
Yes, they probably have. I was the last one, folks.
But now that I couldn't watch it, I just had to watch it.
But now the forbidden fruit must be tested. I have a vision, you know. And so do I. Let me show you mine.
Okay. So you always ask me this.
Yes.
At the beginning of every episode. So I want to ask you this.
Oh.
So you avoided this movie for like a decade.
Yeah.
Possibly a decade plus.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your favorite part?
Oh my God, it's like Christmas came early. I'm glad you asked me that, Dutch. You put me on the spot and now I feel all tingly all over. I gotta say, when they are, I think when they're in Applebee's.
Oh, yes.
So they'd already gotten two main characters played by Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis.
Rick and Fred.
Yep. And they have both received hall passes. And for those of you who have not seen the hall pass is basically a get off scot-free card. You have a week away from your marriage to do whatever it is that you want.
Yes.
And so both these characters got their hall pass. They're at Applebee's because they're trying to figure out. They're in their 40s. They don't know where to meet women that are single and ready to mingle and all this stuff. So
yeah, I mean, you do kind of find out that Rick, who is played by Owen Wilson, that when he got married, it's like that's his college sweetheart. So it was almost like, you know, when they got married is kind of like right when they got out of college.
Right.
So he didn't do like the partying or anything. That's what he's trying to catch up on. Yeah,
he's got 3 kids. He's married to Jenna Fischer. Not in real life.
Dude, and she looks amazing in this movie.
They made her look so tan.
Oh, it was so hot.
They're so different than Pam.
Yes. Oh, it was amazing. Jenna Fischer, if you're listening, kudos to you, baby.
Yeah.
That was everything that I needed from you and more.
Yeah. So you got their buddies along with them, and they're basically trying to live vicariously through them.
Yes.
And
because it seems like none of them have actually messed up their marriage enough
to get to the point
get a
where
hall pass.
yeah, where that would even come up in conversation.
Right.
So they want to be a part of this. They want to witness these two men trying to.
I need to witness excellence in motion.
Yeah. And oh God, what is that?
Nothing like that.
I can't remember that guy's name. He's so funny.
Are you talking about the fat white guy?
No. It's like.
And then there's JB Smoove.
JB Smoove, that's the name. Yeah. He was funny as hell because he's getting impatient about the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, he's only in the movie for a few scenes.
Yeah.
I think it's when they're sitting around playing cards, and then when they're at Applebee's. I think those are the only 2 times he's in the movie.
Yeah.
But yes, at Applebee's, he's just kind of like, come on, man. Like, you guys got to get up and start talking to people. But
he's like, these things take time.
Yeah. He's like, we got to pace ourselves.
This is our first day.
Yeah.
Like our first night. And I like how they, at the beginning of each day, it has that Law and Order sound. Dung,
yeah.
dung.
Yeah.
Let's all make some law.
But I do like that when he's sitting there talking about it and they're like, oh, come on. Like, you know, you have to be able to do this. But then you just see Fred and he's like yawning. He's like, but then Owen Wilson, Rick, he's just like, I don't know about you guys, but I think we should put a bow on tonight. And he was like, yep, nope, Freddy tie.
Before they committed to Applebee's, they were toying around the idea. Well, like, what do you think you're going to find a bunch of hot single women at Applebee's? He's like, all right, well, where would you suggest?
He's like, what, should we try Chili's?
It's like it's like Chili's, like all these other places, and it's like, you know what?
Should we try?
You know what? I'm hungry. You know, I need some energy. We're already here, so it's like, and then they eat this big ass meal at Applebee's, and none of them feel like doing shit.
And I can't think of the fat white guy's name either in the movie or in real life.
You recognize him though.
Yeah, but when he's sitting there talking, he's like, yeah, I think I gotta go home. It's like, why? And he's like, I gotta poo. And then JB Smooth's like, just do it here. And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need a bath afterwards.
And it's funny too, because doesn't he say that again at the golf course?
No, at the golf course
he does shit.
That's actually my favorite scene in the entire movie, because you have that tall white English guy that you'll know from other movies. Stuff
and things.
Yeah. I don't know his name. I don't know his name in the movie.
But he's funny as hell.
He is funny as hell. But he was like, oh yeah, he goes, I got these brownies from
the guy that cleans my office.
Yeah, the guy that cleans my office. He's like, yeah, we could try them. He's like, they're pots of brownies. You could feel a bit naughty.
He's like the brownies of the pot variety.
Yeah. So they're eating and eating and eating, but then when you see them later, it's like, you know, they're sitting there. I think there was one where it's like, well, where did you see your golf cart last? And he's like, I don't know, on the 7th hole. And he's like, we're only on the 4th hole. But then the little old ladies are like hitting past them.
Through.
And Fred is just sitting there and he's like, hey, these bitches are playing through. You see these bitches playing through?
I like how, so it shows them with the brownies, and then it cuts to what I would assume 30 minutes later to an hour possibly, and it cuts to Jason Sudeikis and Owen Wilson sitting in the golf cart with their eyes just bloodshot all to hell. And Freddie, he looks over at Rick and he's like, what kind of soap do you use? He's like, in the bath? Like, yeah, Dove. Oh, I like Dove. Yeah. It doesn't dry out your skin so much. And it's like, this is such a high person conversation.
But I liked when the marshal comes by and he was like, what the hell is he doing?
It's like, he's got back spasms.
Yeah, he's like, not him.
Yeah,
him.
Because the fat white guy is making like dirt angels in the sand trap.
Yeah, he's like, him. But he points to the tall English guy and he's just walking through the pond. And he was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, no, I just got off the phone with the guy that cleans my office.
Yeah, he said we took too much.
Yeah, we should have only taken a quarter of it.
What do we do? What do we do?
He's like, this is the 3rd time I've had to break up your party. It's like, you've only been out here an hour. So.
And then something leads to them like running away in the golf cart. They're being chased
because the fat white guy's taking a shit in the sand trap.
Yeah. He has to shit again.
Yeah. So they're like, you just see it. You see the cart coming down from the clubhouse. But I like Rick's face because he's like, the marshal. And he's like, come on, everybody, come on. So they're all just jumping on this cart. But then, so they escape the golf club or the country club, and they're driving around just in the regular streets in the golf cart. But they come up to that red light, and that one lady who has the douchebag husband.
Yeah, it's Ed and Brittany.
Yeah, Ed and Brittany comes across
with
them.
Their 2 kids.
Yeah, and he's like, Ed, Brittany, clones. Just take off.
Yeah, because so the intro that we did, they go to this guy's house who's pretty much just wanting to brag about how much money that they have.
Yes.
You know, so They get in. He's got this really nice kitchen area, this huge like aquarium behind him.
And what was it? What was the house? It was like the homestead or something. And he was like, behind the doors is the war room.
Yeah.
Or something stupid. And you're just like, this is...
What the hell are you talking about?
What an asshole. But then when he points out his Prius, he was like, oh, check out the Prius. He's like, we're going green.
Yeah.
But he's got like 5 Hummers.
Something like that.
right next to it.
It's like, you're really doing your part there, there, pal. But all the stuff...
Way to leave a carbon footprint.
But all the stuff that they say when everybody... He shows them the... he puts in a code on this pin pad, and then this fake wall, whatever you want to call it, like a secret entrance.
Oh, no, honey, don't show them that. They're going to think we're weird.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, come on. He was like, come on, everyone come in here. It's like Kurt Schilling's been in here because I know him.
Because I know him. The guy that's standing closest to that door, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but when the door swings open, bad acting, like horrible acting. He's like, what the hell is this?
Yes, no, I have noticed that. I hate that guy.
He's so stupid.
Yes, I hate that guy. You know what? I don't even know who it is. He could be an Oscar winner. Have no idea.
No clue.
Oscar winner for bad acting. Bam, right there. Given to that douche.
You get the participation trophy.
Yeah, probably has a name like Barry.
Or Keith.
Yeah. No, his first name is probably Allen, but he spells it like Allen.
Oh.
Like you would spell a last name. What a dick.
Wait, I thought that was the normal way. I thought Alan is the pretentious way.
No, that's the correct way.
Huh.
Yeah.
This whole time, I've been spelling Alan wrong.
You have.
I don't think I've ever spelled the word Alan. But I digress.
We need to get you some friends.
Yeah, no shit. I've been up here almost 4 years now. Jesus. Yeah, but when they're all in the panic room and they got this whole security system, like, oh my God, this is like spy stuff. Like, what's all this? And then they see Rick and Freddie, walk into the kitchen, like, oh, here's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And then they're having this conversation, like, about how ridiculous it is for this guy showing off his house. And then they start talking about insurance because Freddie sells life insurance.
Right. And then Rick doesn't get it. He was like, why do you drive a minivan? You don't have any kids. He's
like, yeah, but, if you're selling life insurance, you're going to buy it from somebody who's driving around like a douche in like a convertible Sebring? Or are you going to trust somebody who's in a minivan?
Yeah, which, I mean, a convertible Sebring. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Michael Scott over here. But they
the best car you could pick out.
But these situations are funny in movies to me because when you think other people can't hear you, and you're obviously going to be talking about those people that you think can't hear you.
Yes,
a lot of funny situations or awkward or uncomfortable situations arise from that.
Yeah, well, even just right when he says, he was like, all right, keep it down. He's like, they might hear us. Oh, they can't hear us. But then he looks up and sees the camera on the ceiling. But then really looks at it.
Yeah.
So you can tell.
But I like how he looks up and they see that they had that painting, like that portrait of the family. It's almost like they went and got pictures done, but then they had one made into like a painting.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck is this? He's in it because the guy dresses like a douche. Yeah. Like the guy that
wears does he call him Captain Dipshit or something?
I think so. Yeah. He's like looking like, it's bad enough that you have to make yourself look like Thurston Howell, but then you have your kid looking like you too.
Oh, no, he's like, it's bad enough that you have to look like Captain Dipshit.
Yeah.
But then you're going to dress your son up to look like Thurston Howell III.
Yeah.
Which you know who that is, right?
Yeah, it's from frickin' Gilligan's Island,
yes.
right?
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, just making sure.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate the test, man.
Yeah. All right.
Cognitive skills are still intact. So yeah, that was fun. And then Alyssa Milano she has a little brief moment there, and she looks freaking incredible. Yes. They even comment on it because they're talking about, oh well, where are we gonna put the what does he say about the wedging the thing in her ass? He's like, well, how are we going to fit it in there with the stick?
Yeah. He's like, oh, we adjusted the stick. And he's like, oh, you adjusted the stick.
To make room for it. You can wedge anything in that ass. But I don't remember what he was talking about wedging in her ass.
I can't remember either.
It escapes me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some type of generator or something to... I can't remember.
I don't know. But so what led up to them getting the hall pass? Rick was the first one to get it.
Rick was the first one to get it because they went to, I think, one of their kids' plays or something. And as they're walking up, they're going up to something like a benefit or something. And he's walking with his wife. And this really hot girl walks by. And Rick, while he's talking to his wife, just turns around and checks out the girl. And she's like, oh, my God.
Did you really just check out that girl's butt?
He was like, oh, my God, do you think she noticed?
I noticed.
So that's what led to him getting the hall pass because Fred's wife, who's played by Christina Applegate from Married with Children.
And a lot of other things.
Yeah, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Yes.
And
Bad Moms.
Some other stuff. A few other things.
Anchorman.
I'm pretty sure there was a off-Broadway show somewhere.
Perhaps.
But
OnlyFans. I don't know.
But she plays his wife. And then you have Jenna Fischer. I can't remember her name in the movie. I can't remember either of their names in the movie. But they actually have funny parts.
They do. Well, this whole scene, like when they're walking in, he's like, have you ever caught Fred checking out other women? He's like, no, he's a good boy. And she pats him on the head.
Yeah.
But then later on, when the guys aren't next to them, she says, well, I couldn't say it in front of him. But yeah, like, he does this weird move.
Yeah, where he thinks he like saw something in his peripheral, so he like turns and then the girl walks past.
So like, because he just can't help it if her ass just appears right in his line of sight.
Yeah. But then when they're on the walk with like Joy Behar for whatever reason, and she was like, oh, I gave my husband a hall pass. And they're like, what's a hall pass? And he was like, it's a week off from marriage.
So you let your husband sleep with somebody else?
She's like, no, I let him make up his own mind on what he could do. So,
yeah, I let him decide for himself. So, like...
It's actually a very intelligent conversation.
I like as much as I can't stand
I'm
Joy
not saying
Behar.
that I want a hall pass or anything. I mean, I'm very happy with the person that I'm with.
But there is a lesson there.
Yes.
It's like, give your significant other the freedom to make a decision about their own relationship. And I want to say, I can't say 9 times out of 10. That's just unrealistic. Not in today's day and age. But I want to say more times than not, the guy's going to make the right choice, especially if he actually loves his wife or,
And I think that, well, not only that, but I think it's one of those things where it's like you give them the freedom to find out that, guess what? The grass ain't always greener.
No.
So, I mean, because that's been a common saying that I've heard literally my entire life. That the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Yeah, not to mention you probably don't realize your own limitations. You know, you have this freedom and you don't know what the hell to do with it.
Yeah.
Because you're not out there actively trying to talk to other people. So how the hell do you even do that organically?
Yeah.
You can't just approach somebody and say, hey, you want to get in my pants? I mean, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't at all. And I mean, I don't even think when this movie came out, it was like that.
I was surprised that they didn't go to like a gentleman's club or something.
Yeah, I mean, because like I can sit here and honestly tell you, like as a man, I can't, like, and I've known this for a while, like I can't just walk up to a girl anywhere and be like, oh, hey, how are you? And she'll be, oh, I'm good. How are you? I'd be like, oh, hey, you know, I'm so-and-so. And she's like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And I'd be like, hey, you want to go fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work like that. It's never worked like that.
Excuse me?
And if it does work like that, then it's like after said sexual situation is done, it's their money will change hands.
Yes. Or you're like, I should have worn a condom.
Yeah. God, this itches.
This is a bad idea.
Yeah. Last time I do someone a favor.
So another runner-up for me, funny scene, is before Freddy gets his hall pass, and he gets caught masturbating in the car out front.
God bless it. That is so fun. And he doesn't just get caught. Like, he doesn't get caught by his wife.
No.
He gets caught by 2 police officers that are just driving by. And how he did not notice. I mean, because he's got his head leaned back, and you can tell that he's doing the deed. Like, he's
taking care of himself.
Yes, he is going to town. But when the cops shine the flashlight in, I mean, that should have been enough to, like, have someone open up their eyes and be like, oh God, this is embarrassing. Oh, no. But no, he is determined to finish.
Oh, yeah. You can see the light through your eyelids very easily. It's nighttime, folks.
I mean, and not only that, but these have got to be some of the brightest flashlights I've ever seen in my entire life. But you have one police officer that gets out who reminds me of Rob Riggle.
A little bit, yeah. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy gets out of the...
But then he, like, taps on the cop, like, on the window to his cop car, and he's, like, waving his partner, who's this little redheaded lady. And she gets out.
As soon as she sees it, she starts dying laughing.
Yeah, she's dying laughing. But then what's so funny is she actually walks away, then comes back to look again.
And she does
and then
it again.
Just walks away again laughing.
But then it cuts to them walking him to the house with his wife.
He's got his shirt up.
Well, if you're claiming him, yeah, he's got a shirt pulled over his head. It's like button-down shirt. He looks like Cornholio.
He looks absolutely ridiculous.
But, I mean,
it's just so funny because she was like, yeah, officer, don't worry, nothing like this will ever happen again. And then when you hear the door shut, you just hear, unbelievable.
So... I want to say Rick's wife springs the hall pass thing on him. He doesn't ask for it.
No, he
after
doesn't.
Talking to bitch JB. I'm just going to say JB just because I don't like her and I don't want to say her name. She gets the feeling like he needs this for himself.
Yeah.
So she says, "I'm giving you a hall pass,"
and he gets like offended almost. He was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "What, you want to do a separation?" He was like, "No, that's ridiculous." He was like, I don't want that. And then she was like, no, like, I'm giving you a week off from marriage, a week off from kids, a week off from everything. And he's just like kind of flabbergasted by it at first, but then like, okay, yeah, I guess, I mean, because to me, it seems like, I think Fred loves his wife, but doesn't realize to the extent on how much he loves his wife. Rick, I believe, is actually like in love with his wife, doesn't want to do this, but also does want the freedom of being like, so what? So I checked a girl out. Who cares? Big deal. So what? I didn't act on it.
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't even think the character, we'll just say the character. I don't think the character, he really thought about it. Like, oh my God, I want to, fuck her brains out or anything like that. I think he just did it.
I think what led to it might have been the poker game.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about, when they were talking about like, oh, what amount of money would you pay to just have sex with like some random woman you don't know? There's like no chance she's going to get pregnant. Nothing. You're never going to see her again. Just bam. And then Owen Wilson's like, or Rick is, I don't know. He's like,
he's like, I got a really good wife.
Yeah, I was like, I have a great wife. And he's like,
I wouldn't want to do anything to hurt her feelings. So I guess the question is,
what amount wouldn't I pay?
But I'm not a parent. I've never raised a kid.
Lucky.
But I know that if you have a baby monitor, that there is a receiving end, and then there's the whatever you call the other end, whatever. Yeah. That you keep in the baby's room.
So basically what you have is like, to dumb it down,
it's like a one-sided walkie-talkie.
Yeah. So basically in the kids' room, there's a walkie-talkie where the button's always pressed in. And then there's another end, which is basically just a speaker.
Yeah. So he switched the two.
Unmistakably.
Yeah. And his wife comes home in the middle of their poker match, and she was asking like how the kids did. He's like, little delay getting them to go to bed, but eventually they did. And then and she's like, how about the baby? Oh, not a peep. And She's like, oh, great. And then she ends up going upstairs and she hears the baby crying. And she goes in there and hears, she sees that he switched the monitors.
Like an idiot.
But then, once again, she overhears a conversation that wasn't intended for her to hear.
Exactly.
But it was interesting to hear what the other guys were saying around the table, like what they would pay. And then, like, the British guy, he's like, I would pay 250 of your American dollars.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's it?
I think even JB's move was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
This is an investment.
Yeah.
Somebody said like 7,500. I don't remember what everybody else said, but
I think another toss-up scene for me would be like, like you said, with every day you have the dun-dun. And I want to say it was like Wednesday or something, but it was just Owen Wilson and it was Fred and Rick, and they were just laying in the bed in the motel sleeping.
And then it goes to the next day.
It's like the next day.
So there is another scene where it's like all the guys are hanging out again, and the fat white guy, he likes to do these hypothetical situations. So he does another hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
Where he says, all right, if you had to make out with a guy or suck his dick, or no, if you had to make out with a guy or get head from him, which one would you pick? If you don't do either one, you die. You have to do one or the other. He's like, that's the game. And it's like, so they all like, well, they're asking him questions. All right, well, how long do you have to make out with him? He's like, 10 minutes. He's like, well, how long does he have to give you head? And he's like, 7 minutes. And then Freddie's like, I don't think I would last that long. He's actually engaging in this conversation. Yeah. But then JB Smoove, he chimes in. He's like, man, I wanted to watch y'all hitting on chicks, not talk about dicks. This is random shit that guys talk about. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Then the barista at the coffee shop that Owen Wilson just walks into.
Yeah. Yeah. Just incredibly attractive Australian actress, and I don't know what else she's been in, but
she's amazing. I think I've seen her in like one other thing, and it was a very like low budget role, but she wasn't Australian in the movie. I don't think.
Really,
I think she had an American accent.
Interesting.
So it makes me wonder if she's actually American or Australian.
I feel like it would be very difficult to pull off a convincing Australian accent, where I feel like a lot of Australians or even people from Europe are able to pull off an American accent with no problem.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I'll have to look it up afterwards.
We're so uncultured, man.
But yeah. But man, she is amazing. And then I think it was funny because he's just like, when he first sees her, the first time he's in there with Fred, and Fred's like,
like, what are you doing?
He's like, oh, I'm taking photographs for my spank bank.
Mental pictures.
Yeah, mental pictures. So he's just blinking.
But the what does he say? Rick says, God, please don't have a nice ass. Please don't have a nice ass. And then she turns around and she's wearing these ridiculously tight jeans. And it's like, oh my God, why?
Yeah.
but then Ed happens to be in the coffee shop, and he's like, come on, guys. She's like half your age.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
But then I think Rick goes back at another point and gets a coffee. And
this
then
is during the hall pass. Yeah.
Yeah, and that guy's there, and he was like, actually, she could take my order because she'll probably remember it from last time. It's very complicated. And he was like, Bree, little help. So she comes up and he was like,
Lee,
that's right. Then she comes up and she's like, yeah, what can I get you? And he was like, black coffee, 2 Splendors.
It was actually iced coffee.
Iced coffee?
Yeah.
I knew it was, it's something small and something, but it was something so easy that my 10-year-old could have gotten it right.
Yes, it's an extremely complicated order here.
Yeah, extremely complicated.
But that guy is fucking weird, man.
He is.
Just the facial expression that he makes, how jealous he gets, like later on in the movie when he pulls out a freaking gun.
Oh, yeah. But it's so funny because like when they end up at the party and none other then their friend, I can't remember his name, Bodie or Brody.
Starts with a C.
Cody.
It's a weird sounding name.
Yeah.
But played by...
Richard Jenkins.
Yeah.
From Me, Myself, and Irene, Step Brothers. He played the stepdad. But what is so funny about that entire thing is you have him who, I mean, they didn't CGI nothing. I mean, he's just an old dude that never got married, never had kids. God knows what he does for a living, but he has a shit ton of money because he's never at this phenomenal house that he owns. He's just always traveling the world, I guess, banging broads.
Yeah, like they said at one point he was with like a bunch of Hawaiian tropic girls, and then he was over in Iceland. And you're like, what the hell's in Iceland? He's like, Iceland has some of the most beautiful women in the world.
Yeah.
And then who chimed in? He said Bjork or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the British guy or something.
But what's crazy about this is he's the one that teaches them, you guys have been going about this all wrong. Like, you guys suck at trying to pick up women. And one of the examples that he shows is, I think Fred's like, oh, look at that blonde. Like right there, he's like, man, she is hot. And he was like, nah. He's like, she's like a 4. And then he was like trying to dance. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, the blonde right over there. And he's like, yeah, I'm looking right at her. The one in the red dress. He's like, yeah, no, she's ugly. He's like, watch this. And he puts his hands up and covers up every other girl around her. And she becomes like acne covered, greasy
like
looking,
moles, like brown teeth, and stained teeth or whatever. He's like, yeah, no, she's.
But then he moves
she's
his
not
hands.
She's not a 10.
Yeah, and then he moves his hand away, and like she becomes beautiful again. He's
hot?
like, see,
and then not. He's like, yeah. I mean, she's a 7 or 8 at best, but when pretty girls or mediocre looking girls surround themselves by uglier women, you know, she calls them snoot fish. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is a snoot fish?
But then I like when he's talking about the one girl, he's like, oh yeah, no, look at her. He's like,
oh, you don't want her.
He was like, but then he was like, yeah, she recently quit smoking. It's like, how do you know? And he was like, fingernails gnawed down to the nub. He's like, she keeps glancing at everyone going in and out the door.
Smokers.
Over at the smokers section. And he was like, so you know what that means? And then Fred's like, she wants something in her mouth. And he was like, bingo.
Yeah, he's like, look how big her bag is. She's got to have like a foot long from Subway in there. But there was the other one. She's got her arm up on the back of the couch. And he's like, oh, you don't want her. You know, she's got carpal tunnel.
Yeah, it's like a workaholic. He was like, I give her 30 seconds left at this party and she's gone.
Yeah, she's she types so much she's got carpal tunnel. You get a hand job from her, he's like, they're gonna have to get the jaws of life out to get her off of you. He's like, oh my god, how do you know that?
I think he's just like, been around.
Yeah,
been around.
I like when he's talking to Rick and they're looking at a painting. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that from the wedding. He's like, oh my god, she was a lot of fun. He's like, how? He's like, yeah, I can't remember exactly what he went into. He didn't go into too much detail, but he's like,
man,
yeah,
she did some shit with me I've never done with anyone. He was like,
yeah, my sister.
And he's like, yeah, I forgot about it. I was like, how's her marriage, by the way?
Yeah, she's still married. Oh, I'm glad they worked that out.
Glad they worked that out. It seemed like they were having problems.
It's like, yeah, that was my sister, Annie. Oh, but you got Alexandra Daddario. Oh my god!
Yeah,
playing the babysitter.
Yes,
and she has that whole thing. Rick drops her off at home, and she asks if he would buy her beer. And they have that whole uncomfortable conversation. Like,
he's like, I can't really do that. He was like, because like I'm married and everything. And she's like, ew, gross. It's like, I have a boyfriend. Just want to know if you could buy beer for us. Yeah,
she said, asked him just if he could buy her beer. He's like, I don't really feel comfortable doing it. How old are you anyway? And she's like, I'm going to be 21 next week. He's like, yeah, I think it would be inappropriate. And then she says, well, I'm meeting my boyfriend down at the beach or whatever.
Or no, at first she was like, yeah, you could get the beer and we could go to the lake.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything about the boyfriend at first.
But he's seeing and he's like visualizing all this.
How it's going to play out.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the cops show up and he spends time in jail. And then I think like it shows his daughter or something, and she was like, "You've ruined my life, Dad. I can't get married." It was like, and then all of a sudden it shows like his son all grown up, and he's like gonna marry some other guy, and he was like, "You ruined my life, Dad." But then he was like, "Get out." And she was like, "What?" And he was like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "No, I can't do this with you." He's like, I'm married. I'm not going to screw up my life." And then she was like, "Ew, gross." Like, "No, we were going to meet my boyfriend." He's like,
his friends are down there.
It's like, and then she was like, "Oh, you thought I was Indian?" He's like,
just go.
Kindly, just go. Just run along, Paige. Scoot.
Bye-bye.
Scoot.
What's interesting is what happens with the wives during the hall pass week.
Yes, because they got a hall pass as well, if you essentially look at it that way.
Yeah. They get a week away from their husbands, and their intention was never to take advantage of the week away, but opportunities presented themselves for both of them, actually. And I think the first thing that they did was go to that baseball game.
Yes.
And I guess one of Jenna Fischer's characters, like her dad, knows the guy that is like, I don't know if he's the manager.
I think he knows the head coach or something.
Something like that, yeah. So the two of them are talking to this guy, and then Christina Applegate finds one of the players who's, I want to say like early 20s or something, early to mid 20s.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Finds him really attractive. It's like, what are we gonna? Like, I can't do anything with him. Like, what?
Yeah.
But eventually, she ends up banging him. But she didn't feel comfortable doing it at first because she thought that he was gonna get all clingy and like, I can't date you.
Well,
like,
that's because I think he bought her a present or something, and she was like, "Oh, he spent his
he got her some
money on me.
Jewelry." Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he spent his money on me. So she went to his hotel room to like let him down easy. And then they ended up having sex, which I guess you find out really only lasted for like 30, maybe 45 seconds.
Yeah, they don't tell. He says, "I'm sorry, I was a little quick on the trigger." He's like, "But you're just so hot."
And you're like awesome at sex.
Yeah.
Just the way he says it, it's weird.
Like, they're trying to make him mentally seem younger than he actually is. And the way that she talks to him makes it sound like she's talking to a child. Like, "I know this may be difficult for you to understand because of what we just did, what we experienced, but like, what we just did, it can't happen again." He's like, "I know that."
Yeah.
Did you do?
Yeah. But then he was like talking. I mean, he says some things that like really didn't need to say, because he's talking about like he was like, "I mean, I can't be seen with you." Like,
he's like, "You're a lot older than me."
Yeah, you're a lot older. What would people say?
It's like Hugh Hefner and all the girls that he's dating, except you to be Hef.
Yeah, you're Hef.
She's like, "Yeah, I get that." So that was awkward. And then Jenna, like, she doesn't actually do anything with the guy, but they do hang out, and he gets, in her words, frisky. So she had to call him a cab to get him home.
Right. Then I think it was the 911 call or whatever that Jason Sudeikis had when he was fake chowing the mom.
I've never heard this term before.
He was like, "Yeah, just fake chow." And
I think I'm gonna pose this question in our chat, or in this will be our poll question. Has any of you listening to this episode heard of fake chow? Which is, I guess, pretending to go down on somebody.
So what he does is, this is Fred's move. So what he does is he goes downtown, but he's not actually downtown. He's like down there, but he just has his fingers like rubbing the erogenous zone while just going. Yum, 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 yum.
He's making the sounds like he's doing it, but he's using his fingers.
Yeah. So
fake chow.
But then when she finds out, because like Rick comes into the room and he's like, "Fred, your wife Claire, something." He's like, "She's been in an accident." And he was like, "What?" But then the lady's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "This is Rick." And he's like, "No, I'm Rick." So then she kicks Fred in the face, and he was. But I think it was funny because he's just like, "I'm sorry, sorry if I fake chowed you."
Yeah, because Paige's aunt was there at this club.
Yeah.
where the two of them are hanging out. But yeah, Paige shows up. Well, she happens to be there, and then she finds Rick, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm finally legal now."
Yeah.
And then turns out that she actually was kind of flirting with him.
Yes.
In the car, and he's probably kicking himself. But I mean, still, he didn't have the hall pass at this point.
No, he didn't.
But you can imagine what it'd be like if he did.
Oh yeah, I've seen the first season of True Detective.
I watched The Wayfarer Witches. What? But yeah, her aunt shows up, and I guess she wants to set her aunt up with Rick because she found out about the hall pass.
I think the aunt just goes to Rick voluntarily because she's like, oh, well, you probably just need someone your own age anyway.
Well, no, because she actually says, like, I was going to set you up with my aunt.
Oh.
She actually said that to him.
That's right, she does say that to him.
Because she didn't want to seem like she actually was flirting with him. She was trying to play coy, I guess.
I do like the scene where they're dancing to like that heavy techno music, but Rick keeps like looking at his watch and he's got his fingers up to his throat. And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just checking my heart rate. Just make sure it's not going."
Yeah, because the Australian chick is there. Lee, Lee is there, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I think she says chilling, and then she asks him the same, and he's like, "Yeah, just chilling and wiggling." Yeah. He's so fucking awkward. Oh, but then so there's a scene where I think it's the second time he goes to the coffee shop. He goes there intentionally to see Lee.
Right.
Gets his coffee with 2 Splendas, his very complicated coffee drink.
Coffee, 2 Splendas.
And then he goes and sits at a table outside, and there's a brochure for a gym sitting there. And then Lee comes outside, I guess, to like bust some of the tables or whatever. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I go there."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I do my working out at home." He's like, "But yeah, I was thinking about taking it public."
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, "Well, if you decide to go, just give them my name, Lee, and I'll get like 2 months free." And so they have their little chat, their little casual chat, nothing forced, nothing awkward, and it's like, okay, maybe there might be a chance here.
Yeah.
So he ends up going to this gym, and he sitting in a car in front of the gym,
reading the newspaper.
Waiting for her to show up.
Yeah, and then when she comes walking up, he's like, oh, like takes like his reading glasses off and everything, gets out of the car, and he's acting like he's getting out of the car, and he's like,
"Oh, Lee?"
It's like, "Hey, girl."
Guys, Lee. And so she had said something about like, yeah, sometimes I grab a beer after my workout or whatever.
Yeah, and then at this workout, he asks her, he's like, "Oh, you going to get a beer after the workout?" And she's like, "Nah, I'm going to get 2.
She said, "No, I'm going to get 2. But yeah,
it's so hot the way she says it.
He ends up going to the jacuzzi, hot tub, whatever the hell you want to call it.
So you don't know if he actually worked out or if he just went in there to use the jacuzzi.
I don't feel like he actually worked out. And somehow he falls asleep. He passes out in the jacuzzi. And then
there's only a maximum. You can only be in there a maximum of 15 minutes. Everybody knows this.
Yeah. It's like written law.
Yeah. And honestly, tell you the truth, don't ever get into a jacuzzi. Ever. It's disgusting.
Oh, not a public one.
Yeah, no. If you own a jacuzzi.
That's different.
Yeah. But if you have neighbors over that use it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
And get rid of that condom that's probably floating around in there.
Not to mention all the fecal matter.
Gross.
Disgusting.
The sharticles.
It's a petri dish.
It really is. So he comes too, but his muscles are like jelly, so he doesn't have the strength to pull himself out. Yeah. But he starts yelling for help, and this big black guy and a ginger come running in, and they help him out, and then the black guy is like kneeling right by his head with his giant cock right by his face.
"Hey, Red, you mind switching places with him?" "Why?"
"Yeah,
because he's got a little pee-pee."
He does have a tiny little pee-pee. Yeah, so that was gross. The first time I watched the movie, I was watching it on like Spectrum on demand, and it was edited for content.
Yeah.
So,
no, the first time you watch that movie, you can't watch it edited. No.
Well, I fucked that.
Yeah, you did.
I fucked that up.
You fucked it. You fucked it good.
I didn't know. So on the edited version, it has the camera zoomed in, so you can't see
that there's a
between the
huge
man's legs.
penis.
Yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, the scene where Rick actually sees Lee's tits, it was also zoomed in, so it's like raised up, so you can only see her from like chin up, basically. I was like,
lame.
Yeah. So I was deprived, but in order to prepare for this episode, I had to watch it one last time, and it was nowhere else available to be streamed for free. So I ended up having to spend the $10 on Prime to buy the movie.
Well worth it.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I agree.
Of course. I can't think of really too much else.
No, not a whole lot else. On the version that I bought, which I don't know if it was like an extended cut or not, but when the end credits roll, it does a cut scene with the British guy.
Yeah.
Where his wife is asking him if he would want a hall pass, and he does and he plays it out in his mind how this would go.
He's with like a Chinese girl.
Some like hot Asian chick.
Yeah.
Sleeps with her, and then
I think like the husband comes home.
He comes home,
kills the husband.
He gets a gun, and he's wrestling the gun away from the husband, kills him,
buries him, and then the wife is like, oh my god, I can't do this. I'm never going to be able to keep a secret. I can't do this.
He kills her.
So it shows him like filling in her grave, and then the grandmother comes out and she's like, have you seen my granddaughter? So it's like a third grave.
It's funny because
but then all of a sudden you just hear like, whoa, dude, we saw everything.
Like, that was
so
like
awesome.
4
teenagers on a roof
sitting
next
on
door.
the roof. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
We saw everything, man.
So when he finally comes to from his daydream, he's like, and she's like, so what? Do you want the hall pass or no? And he's like, yeah, I think we should give it a shot. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Nothing's really coming to mind. I want to say there was something else I wanted to talk about, but you know what? It's came and went.
Yep.
So
gotta watch the movie, folks.
You gotta watch the hall pass. So, but yeah, lesson to be learned here, I think.
Don't cheat on your wife.
Don't cheat on your wife, and given the opportunity, when you realize you have the opportunity to do something, you might actually come to your senses and realize that what you need is already right there in front of you the entire time.
Exactly.
So, the more you know. All right, well, I guess without further ado, until next time,
Quotable Podcast. Out. ROCK in the USA.